Hello, welcome to this short grounding yoga flow. My name is Katie and I'll be taking you through a very gentle practice today to really focus on taking this time to pause, reset before you go again. So starting on the mat, we're going to bring our knees down, beginning in a child's pose. So knees wide, toes to touch. Start to extend the hands out ahead of you and gently bring the forehead down. Eyes soften, jaw softens. Release forehead to the mat. Can you reach your hands a little bit further towards top of mat and then gently soften through the shoulders. We're going to take a few deep breaths here just to allow ourselves to arrive in the space. Maybe releasing all that's been and gifting yourself this time on the mat today. Allow any worries or to-do lists fall behind you now. As you truly allow yourself to land in the here and now. We'll take one deep inhale and a full exhale. One more time, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. On your next breath, we're going to gently walk the hands in, meeting in hero pose. So coming back onto the knees, sinking the hips down, unrolling the shoulders. You could keep the eyes soft, closed, or you could gently open them. And we're going to bring the left hand to the left shoulder. Bringing the right hand over your head, place it onto the opposite side of your head. And we're going to gently create some space here from neck and shoulder. So you're using the hand to guide the head down towards that right shoulder. But you're not forcing, you're just guiding, you're creating space. So we're going to take one deep breath. On your next breath, we'll swap sides. So bring that left hand to the outer part of the head. Draw your hand to shoulder and gently bring the head over towards that shoulder. But again, you're not forcing, you're guiding, just enough to feel a gentle stretch across the neck. One deep breath here, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Well done. Bring the head back to neutral. Bring the hands down. And we're going to meet in tabletop pose. So finding your way onto the mat. We're going to bring the hands about shoulder width apart. And the knees about hip width apart. Coming through our cat-cow. So on your next breath, start to drop the belly. And lift up through the chest, through the heart space. Exhale as you round the back, arch the spine, draw the chin into your chest. Inhale, drop the belly, scoop up through front body, drop the shoulders. Exhale as you round the back, arch the spine, draw the chin into chest. One more, can you do this in your own time? Not worrying about how this looks, just notice how this feels in the body. Arriving back in your tabletop pose, we're going to start to walk the hands out ahead of us, coming through our melting heart. So you're going to start to pedal the hands out, root down through the fingertips and melt the heart space down towards the ground. Draw the forehead down and release. This feels a bit tight on the shoulders, so you could bring the hands a bit wider. You could also drop the forearms down instead, if that feels more comfortable today. The focus here is length on spine. One more breath. If we start to bring your hands onto the fingertips, root down through the fingertips, and then lift up through the chest. We're going to find a deep stretch across the back here. One more breath. Before you lift up through chest, bring the hands back down to the mat. Walk them in. And we're going to tuck the toes through downward facing dog. So lift up through the tailbone, draw it high towards the sky. Gaze comes towards your navel or in between the feet. Soften the knees as much as you need and start to pedal out each foot. Maybe even shift the hips. Create some movement in the body. One more breath. Before you start to walk the feet towards the hands, you could take as many steps as you need. We're going to rise up through our halfway lift, flat back. Inhale, hands come to shins, thighs. They could be on the floor. Exhale as you forward fold, release the head, the hands, and bring the hands to the elbows, ragdoll pose. Release through the neck, the jaw. Maybe shake the head out, yes. Shake it out, no. Open up through the jaw space. One more breath here. Before you release the hands, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Engage the core, stack the spine, unroll the shoulders, sweep the hands towards the ceiling or the sky. Hands come together. Bring the hands down to heart center. Root down through the feet. Now can you find all four corners of your feet and draw them down into the mat? Imagine your feet are growing roots and they're drawing deeper and deeper into the earth, rooting you here on the mat and in this moment. So we'll take 2 more deep breaths here. One more. On your next breath, we're going to root down through the right foot. And we're going to gently step the left foot back, meeting in a high lunge or crescent lunge. Take your time to find yourself on the mat, maybe adjust yourself as you need. Keeping the front knee bent, both feet face 12 o'clock, the hands come to heart center. Maybe going a bit lower. You can soften the back knee as much as you need. Take a deep breath. Find your drishti, your point of gaze ahead of you. And can you soften here for just one more breath? On your exhale, come through your warrior 2. So turn your back foot to face long edge of mat. Extend both hands long. Please soften the gaze over your top middle finger. Drop the shoulders. We'll take another breath. Extended side angle pose. Drop forearm to thigh. Sweep the left hand overhead. Take a deep breath here. If you'd like to take it further and bring the hand down to the mat, you could stay on the fingertips and lift up through the left hand. That is an option here. One more breath. Before you bring that left hand down to the mat, And we're going to plant the right foot, lift up through the back leg, and then rise the right hand up towards the ceiling. One more breath before you bring both hands down to the mat. High lizard. So you might want to walk your right foot out to the side. Give yourself some space. Lift up through the heart space. Root down through the hands, lift up through the back leg. Maybe bring some movement in if you'd like to maybe release through the hips. One more breath. Before you slowly step the right foot back, drop the knees, untuck toes, and then draw the belly down onto the mat. Placing your hands to the top corners of the mat, we're going to lift up through the heart space. Drop the shoulders. Taking another breath. Open up through the chest. Exhale, draw the heart space down. Bring the hands back down into the mat. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the tailbone high. Take another breath. Stepping both feet back to top of mat. Take your time. Lift up through the heart space, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Unroll the shoulders. Bring the hands back to heart center. Root down through all four corners of your feet. Again, imagine the ground is pulling you in as you root here. And we're going to take 2 more breaths. One more breath. On your next exhale, root down through the left foot and step back the right. Bending through the front knee, high lunge or crescent lunge. And it doesn't matter if your back heel doesn't touch the mat like mine. Focus on rooting down energetically. Keeping hands at heart center. We'll take another breath. Warrior 2, turn your back foot to face that long edge. Roughly align the heels, extend both hands long. Drop forearm to thigh, extended side angle pose, or take your variation. Rise right hand overhead. Gently turn to face the mat. Plant both hands down, high lizard. Walk the left foot out to the side. Lift up through the heart space. Again, maybe rock forward and back, or bring some movement into the hips. Start to root down through the right hand and lift up through the left. One more breath here. Imagine I'm pulling your top hand towards the ceiling or sky. Hand comes down to mat. We're going to gently step that left foot back. High plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, draw the belly down onto the mat. Inhale, lift up through heart space, drop the shoulders, mini cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Drawing tailbone back towards the sky or ceiling. Bend through the knees, find that length in the spine, and then you can start to straighten them again. On your next exhale, we're going to float the right leg off the mat, 3-legged dog. Draw the right knee into the body and then gently place it towards top of mat. Drop the left knee, low lunge. Sweep the hands up towards the ceiling. Sink the hips forward. Exhale, cactus out. The arms open up, the chest, the back. Drop the shoulders. One more breath here. Hands come down to mat. And we're going to bring the right knee back down onto the mat, coming through this tabletop pose. And we're going to start to rise the right arm up towards the ceiling, thread the needle, sweep the right arm underneath the left, drop the shoulder down, and you could stay here, or you could extend that left arm up towards top of mat. Open up through the chest, peering up towards the sky or ceiling. Take a deep breath here. One more breath. We gently unravel. Bring the hands back in. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Draw the tailbone back up. Root down through each fingertip. Maybe pedal out the feet one more time. Lift up through the left leg, three-legged dog. Draw the left knee into the chest. Plant the left foot into that space at top of mat. Drop the right knee, low lunge. Lift up through the hands, find your length, inhale. Exhale, cactus out the arms, open up the chest, the back, drop the shoulders. One more breath. Hands come down to the mat, bringing both knees back down, meeting in our tabletop pose. Now start to sweep the left arm up and then thread it underneath the right. Thread the needle, drop the shoulder. Again, your right hand could stay where it is, or it could extend up towards the top of the mat. Peer under the armpit, open up through the chest and take a deep breath here. Is there anywhere you're holding on to that you could let go of here? One more inhale. Exhale fully. Hands come back. Walking them in now. We're going to come onto our back. So bring the hips down, sweep them over onto one side. Draw them out ahead of you. We're going to gently start to bring ourselves down. So engage in the core as you roll down onto the mat. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze here. Before you draw both knees over to the left side, you're going to stack the knees and thighs on top of each other. Extend the right arm out behind you, coming into this supine twist. Left hand comes onto the outer part of the right knee or thigh. Allow the shoulder to plant down, even if it means maybe a knee is hovered. One more deep breath here. Knees come through center, gently drop them over to right side. Stack the knees, the thighs in this right angle. Extend the left arm out behind you, drop the shoulder. Taking a deep breath. And when you're ready, finding your way into a seated position onto the mat. taking your final inhale here through the nose. Exhale completely through the mouth. Staying here for as long as you need. Thank you so much, everybody, for practicing with me today. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening.